Hello everybody. Today we'll be in Phoenix Journal number 27 and we'll be starting on page 63. And it's understanding the nature of your personal responsibility. Now we will discuss the personal responsibility of each human has toward harmonizing with and maintaining the laws of balance given forth above. Since you have been gifted with free will and reasoning intelligence by your Creator, then so it is true that balance is a choice made by each human, not the same as instinct of maintenance and balance given by creation to your animal and bird kingdoms. Did God therefore make you lord over this, His creation? Yes, but not to improve this perfection, dominate, eliminate, and destroy. He gave you a physical kingdom to experience the wondrous and beautiful varieties of life. This is a place given for you to attain spiritual perfection by learning and wisely following the laws given forth by God in creation. Also, this is a place of learning through the divine spirit within you how to harmonize with all of creation which you choose to experience in, including beloved Mother Earth. Unfortunately, with your free will reasoning minds, you selfishly thought that to modernize, and improve upon this wondrous creation would make this a better place for yourselves to live upon, with total disregard to the rest of the earth, the mineral, plant, and animal kingdoms. So as example, we will also give honor to many of your native cultures, who are known as the ancients or Indians, who have existed throughout your world throughout planetary cycle. These ones understood, because of the richness of their spiritual growth, that they were a part of this world, but not of this world. They honored and blessed the mother who gave them beauty, food, and shelter. They honored and blessed the animals which gave them food and clothing. They honored and blessed the Father, the Spirit of life, which gave them their life experience. They knew that they owned nothing but that of the Spirit of God within them. They lived in harmony and balance as a part of the whole, not the dominant part, but complementary too. This was their choice, by wisely following the laws of nature given of God and creation. So then came the ones who arrogantly felt superior to all because they were, quote-unquote, civilized. Civilization defined, 1. A state of human society characterized by a high level of intellectual, social, and cultural development. What about the development of true spiritual wisdom and perfection? Well, of course, the intellectual ones judge the importance of having a carefully prepared set of religious, not necessarily spiritual, doctrines, to guarantee for themselves the necessary degree of control, power, and dominance over their brethren in the created civilized kingdom. The native ones were despised, called primitive, and so were either forced to become civilized or be destroyed. Many of the ones who refused to surrender to the whore of the Antichrist were simply destroyed. The ones who survived were sorry to live in spiritual poverty of modern civilization. Now, many of the survivors have retained and regained the ancient spiritual teachings of balance, and are working to reclaim their spiritually starved and lost brethren within this modern civilization. So with the communion of the Spirit of life within each of you, you must first wisely understand and follow the laws of balance, and secondly, you must wisely know where your responsibility begins and ends within the creation upon this wondrous orb. For example, are you responsible for the instinctual nature of the wild animal, reptile, and bird kingdoms? Of course not. Are you responsible for the nature of the natural minerals, grasses, shrubs, and trees? Of course not. But are you responsible to those in the animal kingdom who you have domesticated either for food, clothing, or pets? Of course you are. It is wrong to have domesticated these animals. Is it wrong to have domesticated these animals? Not necessarily. It is just a fact that you have done so. Therefore, you are responsible for the care and personal tending of the domesticated animals such as cows, sheep, horses, chickens, birds, cats, and dogs which you possess. Is it wrong to kill an animal for food? No. But why do you kill creatures, call it sport, and then brag to your brothers about what a wondrous killer you are? We have a lot of that in Tennessee. We would call this selfish, malicious killing. Do you see? There is a difference. Right now, if you have plenty of domestic animals such as cow, pigs, and sheep available for food and clothing, then why need you also kill the wild creatures? Often in these times, because the human has stolen their kingdom for cities, suburbs, agriculture, and golf courses, but don't forget this is theirs, he has then offered them a small reserve, and when they cross over or overpopulate the reserve, he must then bring balance and kill these excess animals, just as was done with your native brethren. You civilized and destroyed their kingdom, and then offered them undesirable to you reservations to live upon, separate from civilization. You must understand that God gave you the animals for food and clothing if you so choose and need them. He gave you the wondrous vegetables and herbs and plants for food, medicine, and wonderful tastes for your survival and enjoyment. Do you give thanks and honor and appreciation every day to the animal, the plant, the vegetable, and God for sustaining you physically and spiritually? Do you give thanks, honor, and appreciation every day to this wondrous planet, Mother Earth, Shan, for bringing you the gifts of beauty and survival she has so abundantly supplied? If you haven't, I suggest you start today. Why not? Let us discuss the care and tending responsibilities of humans to their domestic pets. When you have a pet animal, such as a cat or dog, this cat or dog is dependent upon you for his love, his care, and his food. A cat or dog, or any animal for that matter, has the group spirit of his species from the creation within him. He possesses the instinctual nature of his particular species. The animal, contrary to what many of you would like to believe, does not possess free will, and the same degree of reasoning ability of human beyond his instinctual behavior. Animals are extremely responsive to love, as are all creatures within the creation. They make wonderful friends and companions, and bring lightness, fun, and humor to the human. Because of the domestication of these pets, there has often been created an interruption of the natural balance mechanism for these animals. They have overprocreated. Many irresponsible owners of these animals have allowed this to occur and have not always wanted to care for the offspring. Many are left to die, spread disease, go wild, or ultimately end up within one of your humane societies. Fortunately, the ones responsible for creating such humane societies understood the need to take care of this exploding population of unwanted animals, especially dogs and cats. It is an orphanage for lost, stray, or unwanted animals, and it is most sad indeed, because although the animals are offered for a nominal charge to humans who might adopt them, most are not adopted, and therefore are destroyed, usually by euthanization. It is truly heartbreaking. But surprisingly enough, many of the ones who choose to work for humane societies do so because of their love of animals. Also, most of these humane animal adoption homes require all cats and dogs to be sterilized as part of the adoption policy. Wouldn't you say then that this is logical, dear ones? That sterilizing these pets is much more humane and responsible than allowing the continued overprocreation to occur? Now, something not in here, but don't you think we should do the same with our people? Ones that are raping, pillaging in prison, that don't need to be spreading disease like animals? I'd certainly say so. So you must know and think and reason, dear ones. How can you maintain your life in harmony and in balance with the rest of this creation? You begin with the pure desire to know truth. In order to become into knowing, you must recognize that your conscious altered ego is limited in its perception of truth, and that God knows the best way and the path for you in His will, in His service. So you must then surrender your will to that which is God's will, and in your daily prayer you must ask God for the loving light of protection, guidance, power, wisdom, knowledge, truth, integrity, and courage, in order to best serve His will and not your will. Then, dear ones, you must wait upon the Father to give you that which you need to sustain in His service. Do you see? Your will and His will must become one again. Not three, not two, one. For you ones who now see the truth and find your cup is full of the knowledge and wisdom given of the Father, you now also have the responsibility to pass the cup on to your brethren who will accept it. That's the key words right there. You will find that for you to move on in your service, the cup must be passed. You therefore cannot hold it unto yourself, for it is full, and must be emptied to again become full. You cannot sprinkle it haphazardly on all who come in your presence. It must be passed, and it must be accepted by the choice of each one. It is not your responsibility to try to give the cup where it is not accepted. You pass the cup, and ones will refuse, and ones will accept. But it is not your concern who does and who does not accept, and who doesn't accept. Your responsibility is to pass the cup to those who accept and release the outcome to God, who exists within each. And so too, those who accept the cup of knowledge and wisdom and drink of the truth will be nurtured and filled with joy of truth. And then they will pass their cup as well. All will be given opportunities to take the cup, if not from you, then from another. It is yours to offer it to them, and wait upon the Lord. Your cup will again be filled, and you will again pass it on. And in this way you will serve the Father who is within all. And that's all for this until we get to the Antichrist series.